Hi, my name is Johannes. I'm a photographer and videographer based in Copenhagen, and I'm here to show you how you can get the promised look on your films without using a promised filter. So this is a really neat technique if you don't have a promised filter and you want to try out this look, or if you've forgotten your filter and you still want to achieve this look, then you can do it this way. So before I show you how you can do this in Premiere Pro, let's just shortly talk about what a promised filter is. A promised filter is a filter that you put on the end of your lens, and it works like other filters by adjusting the light into the camera. And the thing that the promised filter does is that it blooms out the highlights, and also it can soften the skin. And this special look that you get by using the promised filter is something that we will relate to the cinematic look or TV shows or Hollywood movies. So if you like this look and you want to try it out, but you don't want to spend money on the filter, you can do this in Premiere Pro. And I actually think that this has some benefits. The cool thing about doing this in Premiere Pro is that you can add the effect if you want it, and if you don't want it, then you still don't have it. If you shoot this with a promised filter, then you will always have the effect, you can't remove it. So that's a good benefit. And the other thing is that you can adjust this to your liking. So let's say if you want to add a bit more of this bloominess, then you can do it, or you can remove some of it if you think it's too much. You cannot do that with a promised filter without taking off the filter and putting on another filter, because these comes in different stops. So that's another benefit. And the con about this is, of course, that this is not a real promised filter and it's not the real look, so some might be able to spot it, but I think if you see this with the naked eye, you won't recognize this. So yeah, let's head into Premiere Pro and I can show you how easily you can do this.
So I'll just start adding a small color grade, adjusting the color temperature and adding some contrasts by making a small S-curve to the curves. This is just because I don't like the colors on this clip, and it's not something that you have to do. But then what you want to do is duplicate the layer by holding Alt and dragging the layer up. Then you want to add two effects. First, you'll add the Luma Key, which will help us isolate the highlights. And it is important to add the Luma Key first, or have it above the next effect in the effect panel, or else this won't work. Then you will have to add the Gaussian blur. So before you start adjusting the Luma Key, you need to disable the bottom layer. This will make it easier to isolate the highlights. For the Luma Key effect, you will have to adjust the cutoff until you can only see the highlights you want to be affected by Gaussian blur. So the black parts of the screen won't be affected as you see now. You can turn on the layer again now, and then you can add some blur to the point you are happy with the result. This is still on the top layer. For some shots, the result is better if you change the blend mode to lighten a screen, and you might have to adjust the amount of blur afterwards then. For this clip, I like lighten better. You can turn on and off the top layer to see the difference. So let's play this back. This is a nice soft bloomy light on the sun and the ocean. And we'll play it again, switching back and forth between the clips so you can better see the difference. The difference is subtle, but it's there. And the good thing about this, as I said earlier, is that this is changeable, and also you can animate it with keyframes if the clip changes a lot. So I will show you this again on another clip. These are not the best clips ever, but I think you will get the point, and you can try doing this for yourself and see how you can use it. So for this clip, you will see that when we add the effect, the lower light will be a little bit too much shiny. So I will make this effect 2 times and isolate the lower lights and the top light, because I want the shine to be on all of them. But anyway, we will do the same as before. We will duplicate the layer. We will add the Gaussian blur. And we will add the Luma Key. Then we will turn off the bottom layer. And as you can see now, as I'm trying to adjust the cutoff, I'm getting a bit of shine on the lower light to the left, and this is something I don't want. And now if we turn the bottom layer on and add some blur, I think the shine on the lower light is too much on this side here. So what we will do now is we will first of all try to see if lighting helps us. I don't think it does. Too much still here, even though we try to adjust the blurriness. So I think we will adjust the cutoff until the lower light is looking better. But this will make the upper light not have any shine or bloominess. So we will make a copy of the bottom layer and we will add the effect again. And then we will just use an opacity mask to mask out the bottom part. So yeah. So we'll just adjust the cutoff until we get the shine on the top light. And then we will just add the mask, and this is fine because there's no movement in the shot. And we'll just add some filler for good sake. And then we have a clip without the bloominess and a clip with the bloominess on all the lights. So if you're planning on using this promised look in the future, you could just go ahead and make a preset. And that's actually pretty easy. I will show you here. So I already added the promised look to this clip. And what you do is you first click the Luma Key effect, then you hold Shift and click the Gaussian blur effect. Then you right click on one of the highlighted effects and you choose Save Preset. Then you can give it a name and it will show up in your saved presets. So we will just quickly add the preset effect here. I will then click the clip with the right mouse button and I will choose Clear Effects. And then I will add the effects from the menu to the right here. And I have added a lumetri color, so I will just place the promised effect on top of this. I'm not sure if it will make any difference, but I just like it this way, and yes, I think it makes a slight difference. But anyway, you can see the effect on the clip now, and this was really easy.
Anyway, that's all for now. I hope you liked this short tutorial on how you can get this promised look on your clips without having a promised filter. So if you did that, I would really appreciate if you would hit the subscribe button, and also if you would smack the like button and all these things that the big YouTubers tell you to do, because that will really help me a lot, being a really small channel. See you!